Hello, it is Sunday, August 24th, 2025. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Sunday crossword today, so we're going to be solving a big themed grid. It's called Mixed Company. Maybe some anagrams will go in here. Who knows? We'll have to find out soon enough. And today's mixed up edition, possibly, of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by a new benefactor. Welcome and thank you to Michael Lang. Michael Lang has joined the ranks of the benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, meaning he helps support this channel, keeping it going day by day and week by week, and for that I'm very grateful. He's joined by, as always, the indomitable Showmaster and the indefinable Charlie Paget. Thank you so much to them, and thanks to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon at any level. It really does keep this whole thing going. If you'd like to join Michael and the rest and help support this channel, you can head to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link, where you'll find the bonus videos available to patrons. And for benefactors like those I've just mentioned, there's the Let's Check the Crosses official mug as well. Thank you again to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon. All right, let's get on to today's crossword, shall we? As I say, it's called Mixed Company. It's by Michael Lieberman, who's constructed a few dozen puzzles for the New York Times, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shortz. There will be a theme. We'll find out what this title means with respect to the theme. Let's start solving. Swanky could be posh, as in, kind of rich and fancy. Let's see, corkscrews and such. Not sure. Can't think what that is. In the number one position. I keep thinking of this as being posh, which it might not be, but it's influencing what I'm thinking of in the crosses, and I'm not getting very far. Inner tube, question mark. Question mark. Does it mean, is it something anatomical? A tube that's inside of a body? I don't know. Billboard chart listings hits. Okay, well, that could be posh. Let's try it. Ding dong ditch, e.g. A prank? Spanish girl. Chica? Ding dong ditch, e.g. An antic, we could say. Let's try that. Oh, here's a theme clue. If Hostess and Petco merged and became a medical supply company, they would sell... Right. These are all capitalized. That makes me think this will be an anagram. An anagram, I keep saying that. An anagram of the two words. And indeed, they're the same number of letters. What I mean is, the number of letters in Hostess and Petco combined, which is 12, is the same number of letters in this space, in 23 across. So what would they sell? Hostess and Petco. I wonder if it'll be something that is about, is it going to be sort of commercial baked goods for animals? I don't know. It can be a pain in the neck. This is probably a sort of medical term, I would think. Fitting. It's apt, it's fitting. Corkscrews and such. In the number one position. On tap? If you're on tap to do something, you're in the number one position to sort of in line. Is that what we're looking for there? It can be a pain in the neck. I'm not sure what I'm putting in is right. Inner tube. Oh, a stent? Yeah, so more medical, I guess, in this case. You put a stent into someone to help them, I don't know, breathe or something. Or maybe a stent is for blood. I forget which is which. Anyway. Hostess and Petco. So these letters are still valid. Stethoscopes? Is that right? I think that is correct. That feels like it should be an anagram of Hostess and Petco. I think that's right. Okay, good. So it doesn't need to, oh, it says, sorry, it says a medical supply company. Then I was saying, oh, is it going to be baked goods for animals? No, it's not. It's going to be medical supplies because that's what the clue says. Right. Okay, good. So that must be correct. Corkscrews and such pasta. Corkscrews, that's a pasta shape. Right. So what can be a pain in the neck? Oh, tonsil. On top. Right, of course. You're in the number one position. You're on top. You're leading. There we go. That's correct. Skincare brand with the slogan Face Anything. Is it Olay? Oh, right. Wow. Look at this one. If Neutrogena, Bic, and Vans merged and opened a winery, they would sell Cabernet Sauvignon. I think that's probably right. That looks like it's these letters. I mean, it's so difficult to try and verify this. It would be very tedious for me to sit here and verify this letter by letter, so I'm not going to. I'm going to assume that's correct. Let's keep going. Jane Blank, longtime writer for the New Yorker. Oh, Jane Mayer, I think. That sounds familiar for New Yorker writer. Let's see. Jazz style bebop. Blank, oh blank, Thomas More poem. Oh, I'm not sure. Sit tight. Is it eerie? Sit tight. I mean, this is not, just for avoidance of doubt, this is not Thomas More of sort of English religious history. Hypotheticals are ifs. Suggestion casually is I don't know. Cheering loudly is a roar. Let's see. You know the funny thing about Aurora? It comes up in the New York Times crossword pretty frequently, but I'm also fairly certain it's not allowed in the New York Times spelling bee, which is interesting. Anyway, like a wet signature. What does that mean? A wet signature, wet in quotation marks. What does that mean? I have no idea what that's about. To be furious is to be furious. To see red, yeah. Visitors from afar in brief. ETs, extraterrestrials. Bluffer's declaration, I raise, right? So you're raising the stakes even though you might not actually have much. Suggestion casually would be a recommendation, there it is. And a bitter Italian digestif would be Fernet Branco. Or is it Fernet? I've always heard it pronounced Fernet, even though I think it's Fernet. I think it's Fernet Branco. Anyway, this used to be a big thing in San Francisco. Maybe it still is. But I remember it being a big thing, doing shots of Fernet. Anyway, like a wet signature, it's very bitter. Like a wet signature, oh, in pen. I see. You could have written something with I don't know, maybe a sort of fountain pen or something, and the ink is still wet. Aer Lingus, there we go, the Irish flag carrier. And author Roald Dahl, obviously the children's author, I guess not just children's author, but best known for that. Hazard for the unwary would be, I don't know. Sorry, I meant to look at this. Hot mess. Huh, interesting. What's that you doing? I'm not sure. When Ophelia dies in Hamlet, Act 4. What is this you? Hot mess. I'm sure Sauvignon is correct, right? I mean, that's got to be. It's the V is there, so that must be right. Educational advertisement for short. PSA, public service announcement. A snafu. There we go. Right, from U.S. military slang for situation normal, all fouled up, or something stronger than fouled. Close of business is incorporated. It might be at the end of a company name. Hazard for the unwary is a pitfall. There we go. Sort of common mistake into which you might fall. Small fry is a tater tot. Yes, a small fried potato. Eli Lilly and Company, they make, what do they make? They make chemicals, or they make office supplies? I honestly can't remember. Maybe medication? 1 of 200 plus stations for NBC, e.g. an affiliate, right? So these are sort of local news affiliates, local station affiliates of national networks. 2015 Kendrick Lamar anthem that won 2 Grammys. I don't know. This is how unplugged in I am. I don't know. Ace the test is to get an A. To cheer for is to root on. Yeah. Mean is intend. I mean, mean can obviously mean quite a few different things. Speaking of that, it can mean that. It can intend quite a few different things. Let's try that. Farm-related prefix, yes, agra from agriculture, like agri-foods or whatever. Spanish province west-southwest of Bilbao. Leon? All right. Yeah, okay. That seems plausible. That's the name of a song. And then cursor icon for clickable links would be the hand. Okay, good. So we're what, about a quarter done with this puzzle. Let's see if we can speed up the pace a bit. What a fixer-upper might become pessimistically. A fixer-upper might become, a money pit? Yeah, so a fixer-upper home. A home that you buy thinking, well, it's affordable, but we'll have to fix it up. And then it might become a total money pit. In fact, I think there's a film, I've never seen it, but I think there's a film called The Money Pit about buying a fixer-upper home and it becoming that kind of nightmare. Snack with a mega stuffed variety is an Oreo, of course, the classic New York Times crossword official snack cookie. South American tuber is, what is this? This is annoying. I can't think. Here's one of these. If IBM, Dannon, and Acer merged and started a bakery, they would sell something cookies, maybe? No, there's no K. I can't see this one immediately. Relieved of, if you relieved yourself of something, you rid yourself of it. Supplementary data and suggestions for further reading, maybe. I feel as though I should have a guess about this as well, but I don't. Made sense. It made sense. It added up. Oh, endnotes? Yeah, there we go. So in a book, the endnotes might be supplementary information and, source citing and things like that. Okay, so what would IBM, Danner, and Acer sell if they merged and started a bakery? Bakery. Cinnamon buns. Cinnamon... That O there doesn't... No, cinnamon... Is that right? Yeah. Cinnamon... We need a D. Oh, there's no S. That's interesting. Cinnamon... Oh, sorry, I'm going to have to do this incredibly annoying thing and block out the letters I've used. So and then I'll put the ones I haven't used, just working backwards from there. IBM. I apologize. This is probably very obvious to many of you. Cinnamon bread. Never mind. Okay, I finally got it. Is that it? I think it is. Well, if it's wrong, we'll find out later. I'm not going to spend any more time on that. Fruit drinks are aids like lemonade or limeade. Complained under one's breath is muttered. Russian no is niet. If Post and Schick merged and became a kitchenware company, they would sell chopsticks. Good. There's one that's a little bit easier to see. That's a relief. Key near function. Right. This is on a Mac keyboard. Would be control. It's down there. French filmmaker Jacques Tati. I saw Jacques Tati's film Playtime for the first time a few months ago, and I have to highly recommend it, although be aware going into it that it is a very sort of slow-paced, gentle film with very, very little dialogue. But it's also very, it's funny in a quiet sort of way and kind of contemplative and just unlike anything you've ever seen. It sort of takes place in this massive set that he constructed that's like a mid-century downtown urban, sort of cityscape And it's just all of these tableaus that he kind of wanders through. And it's hard to explain, but I thought it was a pretty incredible film, and it looks amazing. It looks absolutely incredible. Every frame is just framed and shot beautifully. Anyway, Playtime by Jacques Tati is great. Response to a routine delivery. I'm not sure what we're looking for there. Debater's skill is rhetoric. There we go. Response to a routine delivery. Oh, haha, I see. So if you're doing a comedy routine, the response might be haha. And then Las Meninas, Velasquez masterpiece. All right, so painting. And then Kimono Sash is an obi. Is an obi the official sort of garment accessory of the New York Times crossword? I think it might well be. I think it probably is. I think I might have said that before. I can't remember if that's the official appellation I granted it. Someone let me know. Big name in the ice cream aisle. Oh, I don't know. Is obi correct? Yeah, it is. That's a kimono sash. I don't know. Oh, Ben as in Ben and Jerry. I see. Okay. 1986 rock autobiography, I, Tina, by Tina Turner. I mean, I don't think this comes up quite often enough for this, but this would definitely be the official autobiography of the New York Times crossword. Some train depot figures are ETAs or ETDs, estimated times of arrival or departure. Highway to Hell band. Okay, so it's ETDs because the band to release the song Highway to Hell is AC/DC. Las Vegas's WNBA team, I'm not sure. It might end with S, though. One's making margin calls for short editors, so they might be making choices about margins in manuscripts or something. If one provides assistance, one provides aid, so aids, sorry. Magician's flourishes, ta-da, so you finished your trick and you say ta-da. Okay, Aaron, Thomas More. Let's see, sit tight, not sure, bide your time. Rival of the Dodgers and Rockies informally. Oh, D-backs, Diamondbacks, that's a team. Maybe they're rivals of these teams. Great Lakes natives are Eries. For which one of the Great Lakes itself was named. So Las Vegas's WNBA team are Aces. That makes sense, Las Vegas. So yes, to sit tight is to bide your time. And then Aaron, right? So that's about Ireland, presumably. Okay, let's see. Tapped as a cigarette. You ashed the cigarette, got the ash off the end. To tickle is to delight someone. Precursor to a clarifying remark. You might say, well, I'm going to clarify. Fancy shopping mall is a galleria, maybe? Is that a generic enough term? Let's see. Sally Mae is a student loan program in the United States. Playboy's founder in brief was Hugh Hefner. Working on one's own well-being is self-care. Celebration for seniors might be what? Centennial or something? Or celebration for seniors. I'm not sure what we're looking for here. Purchases that come with metal plates. I don't know what that's about. Craving is... I don't know. Bags with black and green varieties are tea bags. King in a 1978 novelty hit. Is it King Tut? I've seen this because someone I know really loves this sketch, and I've seen it several times, but there's an early SNL sketch with Steve Martin singing a song about King Tut that's ostensibly, he's ostensibly saying not to commercialize this kind of ancient find, but in fact, the song does exactly that. Let's see. Not sure that's right. A craving is an urge. Maybe it is that. I wonder if that's what this is referring to, or if there's a different King Tut song that he was even referencing. I don't know. But I think that's looking like the answer. Referring obviously to King Tutankhamun, the Egyptian pharaoh. Purchases that come with metal plates. I don't know what that's about. Organization for Nelly Korda and Lydia Ko. Maybe the LPGA? Could they be golfers? Celebration for seniors. I don't know what I'm looking for. If Epson and Chase merged and became an electronics accessories company, they would sell. Ooh, these are pretty generic letters. What would they sell? Phone cases? Yeah, that seems plausible. Okay, so what purchases come with metal plates? Tap screws? I don't know what this is, sorry. Baker versus blank landmark voting rights case. I can't think. Injudicious. Something's injudicious. It's what? It's rampant. That's not really right. It's not. It's too long anyway. It's rife. Like it's everywhere. It's not. I don't know. Let's breathe. Aerates or airs out, maybe? I'm not sure that's right. Sea urchin on a sushi menu. Is that uni? I'm not sure that's right either. Winter Olympics setting in 1972, 1998, 2018, and 2022. Oh, right. I should be able to remember this, but I can't seem to. Where were the Winter Olympics most recently held? I don't remember. I watched a bunch of it. Oh, that's annoying. Government agency whose busiest days usually precede major holidays. The TSA, probably, because people are flying. Oh, is it Asia generally? Okay, that would explain why I didn't necessarily remember specifically. Let's see. Purchases that come with metal plates. Tap shoes. Oh, right. Wow, okay. Yeah. So for tap dancing, they've got metal plates to make the sound. Celebration for seniors. This is seniors. Sorry, this is seniors in school. Class. I still can't think what that is. That's annoying. Injudicious is rash. There we go. A rash decision, an injudicious decision. That makes sense. If Ford and Walgreens merged and became a landscaping company, they would sell something gardens. What is this? Class Day? Is that something? Celebration for seniors? Class Day? I don't think I know what that is, but it sounds plausible. Atomic number of neodymium. 40? 60? From the top, again, I bet it's 60. Pib Extra soft drink. I have seen that before. It's sort of I think it's probably basically a Dr. Pepper competitor. Ruling Romanovs, e.g. That was a line of Russian czars. Very long line. Go up is to rise. Oh, right, I forgot about this. So Ford and Walgreens, they became a landscaping company. They would sell what kind of gardens? We need a W and an L. And an F, flower gardens. There we go. The F was the key. Flower gardens, good. To be on the hunt is to prowl. Gent from Kent might be a Brit. Kent is a county here in the UK, here in England, specifically. Lent as money is. Oh, sorry, lend. It says if you spot someone money, you lend it to them. And October birthstone is an opal, I guess. So, aha, got it. Oh, I see. There we go. Movie princess who wields a blaster pistol is Leia from Star Wars, of course. And then golden arrow shooting deity is Eros, the god of love. So fratty type might be a bro, referencing kind of fraternity culture. And then novelist Ferrante, the great Elena Ferrante, whose Neapolitan novels are really, really great. And I also really enjoy there's a co-produced Italian there's an Italian television series that airs on HBO as well. I think it's co-produced, and I think it's incredibly good. I think it's really, really. It's speaking of things that are gorgeous to watch. I mentioned Playtime earlier. So is this series. The series is called My Brilliant Friend, named after the first book, and its depiction of, I guess, sort of mid-century Naples is just fantastic. It is fun and good. maybe fun's the wrong word, but it's fun to watch. Some gymnastics moves are, I don't know, but it probably ends with an S. Like a bicycle or a horse, they're rideable. You can ride them. Some gymnastics moves are, not sure. Puzzled is, not sure about that either. German article could be eine. This would be an indefinite article in German. Oh, flips, gymnastic moves. There we go. The German article helped. Puzzled is bemused. Yeah, that could be it. Here's one of these. If GMC, PetSmart, and Lenovo. Right, we had PetSmart, and what do we have up here? Petco, right, okay. I think those are both pet stores, aren't they? Or pet supply stores. If GMC, PetSmart, and Lenovo merged and became an auto parts company, they would sell auto parts company. I feel as though I should be able to see this from what we have right now. That's annoying that I can't. List of mistakes would be errata. University of Memphis athlete, I have no idea. Sends off is mails or posts. Can't be mails. We've already, no, we do have two M's. Could be that. Narrow inlet is a RIA. That's a geographical term. I bet it is that. What is this? Why can I not see what it is? Apartments? No. It's auto parts. It doesn't make any sense. University of Memphis. Okay, we'll come back to it. Clumsy me. Oopsie? No. Oh, compartments? Glove compartments? Weird. Okay. Don't really think of selling glove compartments, but I guess someone's got to manufacture that bit of it. Right, I think that's it. Okay. Cool places to live. Igloos, they're literally called. Singer Rodrigo. Oh, is it Olivia? I've heard this name at least. Is that right? Olivia Rodrigo? Let's try and see. Actress Sky. Right. I'm not actually sure how to pronounce this name, but it comes up occasionally. Ione, maybe? Ione Sky. R in a car is the reverse gear. Awards partially bestowed by the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences are Nobels. So let's look at this. Most Vermeer works, paintings are oils. Old-fashioned invitation enclosure in brief is SAAC self-addressed stamped envelope. Why is that old-fashioned? It's not really old-fashioned. It's just less used than it used to be, but it's not like there's a different way to physically do this now that makes this one out of date. It's just less common. I don't quite agree with calling it old-fashioned per se, but I understand what it's getting at. Timeshares are overages? I'm not sure what we're looking for here. Like a column starting a row, perhaps. Label something? Maybe this isn't Olivia. Bend in a pipe would be an L. Santa Clara, like the city, maybe? Oh, no, it could be Santa Claus. I'm not sure. Timeshares. Overlays? Overlaps? I'm not sure what we're looking for here. I mean, timeshare is a sort of kind of partial ownership scheme, but the question mark makes me think, well, no, it's not that. But so I'm not sure what it is referring to then. Clumsy me could be, libelous. Like, wow, this is clever. Like a column starting a row, perhaps, is what this is. So you could write a column in a newspaper, and it could start a kind of legal battle or or a public argument because it's allegedly libelous. It says something untrue about somebody. Right, so this is Olivia, and this does look like overlaps, probably. Clumsy me, oopsie, with a Y, perhaps? Io Edibiri's character on The Bear, familiarly. Oh, I've seen this, and I can think of the character in my head. Is it Sid? I think that's right. Santa Claus, it looks like, and then fair use is an element of copyright doctrine. There we go. Okay. If Merck, Mars, and AIG merged and became an art supplies company, they would sell art supplies. I can't think about this right now. Janitorial implement would be a mop, perhaps. Analyzed grammatically, you might parse a sentence grammatically. University of Memphis athlete. It looks like Tiger to me. Let's see if that's right. Verdi opera that becomes the name of a board game when an H is inserted. Othello. Like Othello. And then the Guardians on sports tickers. This is a city, presumably. Cleveland? Or they... I don't think I've ever heard of the Cleveland Guardians. It could be, though. They would sell... Okay, so magic markers is what Merck, Mars, and AIG would sell if they merged and became an art supplies company, at least according to Michael Lieberman. Okay. Well, that was it. That was it for the theme. So we just need a few more answers and we're done. Pelt is a skin of an animal. Buckwheat, for one, is one of the little rascals. So I've never actually seen, but I kind of know that I can picture them. Spectacle is, I don't know. Hit 1996 movie billed as a homespun murder story, Fargo. One of the truly great films, in my opinion. That's by the Coen brothers. West Coast Airport Code is SFO, San Francisco International Airport. Love and Death, actress Elizabeth Olsen, presumably. And to scorch would be to singe something. And then a whole spectacle is a whole scene. And then element of many signs, many neon signs in urban environments. And there we go. That was the Sunday crossword. Big old grid, takes half an hour to solve. And let's take a look at our theme. We didn't have a revealer. We didn't really need one because we have a kind of punny revealer not a revealer necessarily, but a thematic description of the puzzle, mixed company, in the title here. And we've mixed up our companies and made new kind of business lines. So if Hostess and Petco merged and became a medical supply company, they would sell stethoscopes. If Neutrogena, Bic, and Vans merged and opened a winery, they would sell Cabernet Sauvignon. I was pleased to get this one off the bat because it was so many letters, so it was very helpful. If IBM, Dannon, and Acer merged and started a bakery, they would sell cinnamon bread. If Post and Schick merged and became a kitchenware company, they would sell chopsticks. And if Epson and Chase merged and became an electronics accessories company, they would sell phone cases. If Ford and Walgreens, on the other hand, merged and became a landscaping company, they would sell flower gardens. If GMC PetSmart and Lenovo merged and became an auto parts company, they would sell glove compartments. Completely preposterous. And finally, if Merck, Mars, and AIG merged and became an art supplies company, they would sell magic markers. I have my doubts, I must say, about the wisdom of these particular mergers and corporate strategies, but that's fine. There we go. That was a very silly puzzle but it was fun. It was really, I enjoyed trying to spot these earlier. The shorter ones were easier. Chopsticks, phone cases, stethoscopes, once I kind of was certain about what was going on. I did get this long one pretty quickly, but some of them were much tougher. I found cinnamon bread particularly difficult for whatever reason. Glove compartments I also found pretty tricky, and flower gardens had to really start paying attention to the more unusual letters to get that one. So there we go. And I'm glad I didn't need to revise any of these, I don't think, because it would have been, I think, incredibly tedious to have to verify the letters on every one of these on a video solve. I might have, if I were solving this on my own, I might have done that. I might have tried to sort of parse them letter by letter more, but I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad I didn't have to do that. Anyway, there we go. That was the Sunday crossword. I think that felt reasonably appropriately Sunday tuned, but let me know if you disagree in the comments or the Daily Solve Discord chat server, a nice friendly chat community linked in the description field, of course. And if you've been enjoying these videos, consider subscribing to the channel on YouTube. It does help out. So hope I'll see you tomorrow for the Monday edition when I solve a puzzle much more quickly than this. We'll see how that goes. Another themed crossword on Monday. Join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Sunday. Take care.